Hurricane season, we're still months away, don't worry, but a new study is suggesting expanding the scale that measures a hurricane's intensity.
We'd like to bring in meteorologist Dylan Hudler for more on this conversation. Dylan, why do researchers say a Category 6 should be created?
That's right. That's what they're saying this morning. And we know that climate change is warming our ocean waters. And studies show that in recent years, hurricanes have been getting stronger and more frequent. So some climate scientists say that the current 5 category scale, first developed in the 1970s, may no longer be adequate to show the true power of the strongest storms. And that's why a new study published earlier this week proposes adding a new category to the scale. This is our current hurricane scale. Looks very familiar. You obviously are familiar with Category 1 through 5 hurricanes. We call this the Saffir-Simpson wind scale, first developed back in the 1970s. Anything with winds weaker than 74 miles per hour is considered a tropical storm. But 74 miles per hour and greater, that's the threshold for a hurricane. So we have Category 1 hurricane, Category 2 with winds greater than 96. Category 3, 4, and 5, those are major hurricanes, and right now, the strongest a hurricane can be classified as is a Category 5 with 1 minute sustained winds of greater than 157 miles per hour. The new study, published by 2 climate scientists, proposed adding a Category 6 to the scale for hurricanes with winds greater than 192 miles per hour. But is that really necessary? Category 5s are truly already rare enough. Only 4 have ever made landfall in the United States. In fact, there has never been a hurricane in the Atlantic Ocean that would meet the new Category 6 rating. Only a handful of storms worldwide have ever reached that strength, and that's, remember, winds greater than 192 miles per hour. So would adding a Category 6 really help convey the power of these intense storms, or would it just lessen the apparent severity of the other categories, kind of water it down and make it seem less significant to the public? Remember, North Carolina knows very well that even a Category 1 hurricane can cause significant impacts. So the current Saffir-Simpson scale I talked about earlier only classifies hurricane strength based off of wind speeds, but we know there's much more to a hurricane than just the wind. There's storm surge, flooding, rain, tornadoes, and a bunch of other hazards that come with a landfalling hurricane. So roughly 1/2 of all U.S. deaths from tropical cyclones are due to storm surge. So the bottom line is that yes, hurricanes are getting stronger and more frequent because of climate change. We know that. So regardless, you should always have a plan ready should a storm come our way, and always remember to pay attention to the impacts of a storm, no matter the category, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's certainly interesting. Personally, I think a Category 6, adding that category may do more harm than good, as in, now people already say, well, it's only a Category 1 or 2. I'm not going to evacuate. When those are still dangerous, you add in that 6, and now people are saying, it's only a 4 or 5. It's only a 4 or 5. I'm not going to evacuate now.
Yeah.
So, and in the Atlantic, we've never had a storm that strong
We were
before.
wondering if anything had gotten to that point.
There's only been 8 storms in the Atlantic in recorded history that have had winds that hit 180. This would propose a Cat 6 would start at 192 miles per hour. We've never had a storm that strong, as Dylan was saying. So
I guess they're just
what's
saying
the benefit?
I guess they're saying with stronger storms potentially happening, having a new minimum, since it would, if it was that much higher than the next
Right,
one.
but the Category 5 rating now also covers with a damage description of catastrophic. So a Category
What's
5
worse than
hits.
that?
What's worse than a Category 5?
Yeah.
Once everything's gone, what else is left to be destroyed?
The other point too is that right now a major hurricane are Categories 3, 4, and 5. Are you really going to make major 3, 4, 5, and 6?
Yeah,
You're going to have to add another category in there somewhere. Maybe 3 and 4 are major, and we'll have to wait and see.
It is a lot to think about,
interesting.
for sure.
Yeah,
It was an
and
interesting
thank you for
study.
breaking that down for us.
Yeah,
This is just a study.
That was interesting.
It's not officially happening, but
Very interesting.
Great.
Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah, thanks, Dylan. That was awesome.